Assalamu alaikum. I want to just today start with the med. And then there are two types. Med means stretching. We need to stretch the letters sometimes. And then when do we need to stretch the letters? And then there are two types of stretch: long stretch, short stretch. We call short stretch meddi tabi, natural med. And then there are too many types of long stretch. One of them is meddi muttasıl, meddi munfasıl, meddi arız. We see these meds too much. Meddi lin, meddi lazım. There are too many meds, long med. When we look at what are the med letters? Med letters are three: waw, ya, elif. When they don't have any hareke, they become med letters. If they are with hareke, and then they don't become med letters. For example, elif is med letters when it shouldn't have any hareke, e, i, u, or sükun. Waw is med letters when it becomes med letters, it doesn't have any hareke. Okay, when we look at here, this one, sayaqulu, there is a ya. Okay, you see here, this ya. Is it med letter here? No, because it has fatha. But and then after this one there is a waw. Is it med letter? Yes. Why? Because waw doesn't have any hareke. Okay, and then it becomes med letter for previous letter. We don't stretch the waw. It makes stretch previous letter. And then we say se, ye, gu, se, ye, gulu. Okay, if we say without stretch, sayaqulu, it is wrong. And then we have to stretch. This kind of stretch, it is short stretch, we call it meddi tabi, or natural med. And then when we look at here, sayaqulu sufaha'u. And then there is a med. Okay, this med is called meddi muttasıl. Meddi muttasıl. Why is this meddi muttasıl? You see here this hamza. Hamza and med letter here, elif. Okay, this elif is here med letter because it doesn't have any hareke. Yani we means with hareke, fetha, damma, kesra. It doesn't have any of these things. And then elif here is med letter. And then this is hamza. Both of them in the same word. In the same word means this is meddi muttasıl. Another med is meddi munfasıl. Maybe we see here. This hamza and elif, if they are in different words, this med is called meddi munfasıl. We have to stretch this med at least 2 seconds or 2 elif. And then we say sayaqulu sufaha'u. And then we stretch 4 seconds. Sayaqulu sufaha'u. Okay, this one is called meddi muttasıl. The stretch is here wajib, obligatory. Minan nisa'i. Okay, and then there is a sukun. Normally we have to join minan. You see this noon with shadda. Noon is with shadda always. We have to practice gunna. Minan. What is the meaning of gunna? Gunna, the sound comes from the nose. Minanni, the sound goes to our nose. Okay, we have to send the sound our nose. Minanni sa'i. Ma here you see here there is a elif. It doesn't have any harika, and then we have to stretch 1 second because it is meddi tabi. You see here elif, and then it doesn't have any harika. It becomes med letter here. We have to stretch 1 second. We call this one meddi tabi'i. Ma walla. When we say wallahu, this is this. There are here two letters. One of them is lam. The second one is elif. We call both of them lam elif. Lam plus elif. Okay. And then here is lam with shadda and with fatha. The second letter is elif. It doesn't have any harakah. And then here is mad tabi. Wallahum. And this is nun sakin. Next letter is kaf. Kaf is ikhfa letters. Okay. Nun is with sukun and next letter is kaf. We practice here ikhfa. Ikhfa, what is the ikhfa? Ikhfa, to make something secret. Okay. We don't say an, we say an. This one is called ikhfa. Okay. And qib, kaf, ba here is kalkala letters. We have to practice, we have to say with echo. Okay. There are 5 letters, kalkala letters. What they are? We call them kudbu jedin. 5 letters. Kaf, ba, ta, jim, dal. And then here is ba, it is with sukun. When these letters are with sukun, we have to practice, we have to sound them with echo. لَتِهِمُ الَّتِي كَانُوا عَلَيْهَا قُلْ لِلَّهِ الْمَشْرِقُ وَالْمَغْرِبُ. You see here, مَنْ يَشَاءُ. Which mad here? Here is mad muttasil, because there is here elif is mad letter and next letter is hamza, both of them in same word, and then we have to stretch at least 2 seconds or 2 elif. مَنْ يَشَاءُ. The stretch, it depends on how our speed. Okay, if we read a bit fast, it changes. Okay, our speed. If we read slowly, we have to stretch like this. مَنْ يَشَاءُ. But if we read fast, for example, وَالْمَغْرِبِ يَهْدِي مَنْ يَشَاءُ إِلَى. Okay, and then we don't stretch too much because of our reading. Okay, fast is important. صِرَاطٍ مُسْتَقِيمٍ. And then we always we see this mad mustaqim. Okay, this mad is called mad aris. Why do we call this one mad aris? You see here, ya is mad letter. Okay, mad letter. Normally we have to stretch here with mad tabi. Mustaqimin. Mustaqimin. But when we stop here because of end of ayah or stop mark, we pronounce last letter with sukun. Mustaqim. And then when we stop here, because of stopping here, we stretch at least 2 seconds. Mustaqim. Okay. Just today we talk about this method, and inshallah next lesson we talk about ikhfa, gunna, and the other methods inshallah. Okay, we shouldn't forget. And then mad muttasil, mad munfasil, mad letters and hamza, they are in different letters. We call them mad munfasil. And then mad muttasil, mad letters and hamza, they are in the same word. Sufaha'u. Sufaha'u is one word. Okay. Here is yasha'u. It is one word. If they are not different words. Inshallah. And then we shouldn't forget gunna. Okay, always we practice gunna. When the letter nun with sukun, we practice gunna inshallah. We can start. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
سيقول السفهاء من الناس ما ولاهم عن قبلتهم التي كانوا عليها قل لله المشرق والمغرب يهدي من يشاء إلى صراط مستقيم وكذلك جعلناكم أمة وسطا لتكونوا شهداء على الناس ويكون الرسول عليكم شهيدا. When we stop on double fatha, we stop with stretch. Like here, shahida, shahida. Okay, there is here double fatha, and then we stop here with stretch. وَمَا جَعَلْنَا الْقِبْلَةَ التي كنت عليها إلا لنعلم من يتبع الرسول ممن ينقلب على عقبيه وإن كانت لكبيرة إلا على الذين هدى الله وما كان الله ليضيع إيمانكم إن الله بالناس لرؤوف رحيم. قد نرى. We practice here dal kalkala. قد نرى تقلب وجهك في السماء فلنولينك قبلة ترضاها فول وجهك شطر المسجد الحرام وحيث ما كنتم فولوا وجوهكم شطره. Okay, the letter ta here is kalkala letter. شطره وإن الذين أوتوا الكتاب لا يعلمون أنه الحق من ربهم وما الله بغافل عما يعملون. When we stop here, we practice which mad? Mad the R's. يعملون. When we say like this, we practice mad the R's. If we don't stop here, if we carry on, for example, وَمَا اللَّهُ بِغَافِلٍ عَمَّا يَعْمَلُونَ عَمَّا يَعْمَلُونَ وَلَئِنْ. If we carry on like this, it becomes maddi tabi. Okay? But we stop with maddars. وَلَئِنْ أَتَيْتَ الَّذِينَ أوتوا الكتاب بكل آية ما تبعوا قبلتك وما أنت. Okay, we practice here meddi munfasil. Vema is one word, ante is one word. Okay, there is a elif, med letters, and then there is a hamza. Okay, ante, when we say ante, they are in different words, and then we practice here meddi munfasil. Vema ante بتابعين قبلتهم وما بعضهم بتابعين قبلة بعض ولئن اتبعت أهواءهم. You see here, أهواء, it is one word. Med letters Elif and Hamza in the same word. We practice here medli muttasıl. Ehvâehum min ba'di ma ja'aka minel ilmi inneke izen leminel zalimin. الذين آتيناهم الكتاب These are all of them metli tabi. Metli tabi. Na is metli tabi. El kitabe metli tabi. Okay, these are metli tabi. We call them metli tabi. Ya'rifunahu kama ya'rifuna أبناءهم. Okay, which met is here? أبناء. Which met? Metti muttasıl. Okay. Because أبناء is one word. Metti Elif and Hamza, they are same word. Okay. And then we call metti muttasıl. وَإِنَّ فريقا منهم لا يكتمون الحق وهم يعلمون الحق من ربك فلا تكونن من الممترين ولكل وجهة هو موليها فاستبقوا الخيرات There is a end of the word. Okay. أينما تكونوا يأتي بكم الله جميعا إن الله على كل شيء قدير. إن الله على كل شيء قدير. شيء قدير. ومن حيث خرجت فول وجهك شطر المسجد الحرام
المسجد الحرام
وإنه للحق من ربك وما الله بغافل عما تعملون ومن حيث خرجت فول وجهك شطر المسجد الحرام وحيث ما كنتم فولوا وجوهكم شطره. You see on the top of her شطره there is a lam. It means no stop. Okay, there are stop marks, and then this one tell us you can't stop here. Okay, we have to carry on. لئلا يكون للناس عليكم حجة. Okay, and then there is a circle ta. When we stop at circle ta, we pronounce it as ha. Hujjah. If we stop here, if we don't stop, if we carry on, we have to pronounce it properly. Hujjatun. Okay, but we stop here. We pronounce with as ha. إلا الذين ظلموا منهم فلا تخشوهم واخشوني ولأتم نعمتي عليكم ولعلكم تهتدون كما أرسلنا. Here is long stretch. It is maddi munfasil because kama is one word, arsalna is another word, and then they are in different words, hamza and mad letters, and then here is we practice maddi munfasil. Kama arsalna fikum رسولا منكم يتلو عليكم آياتنا ويزكيكم ويعلمكم الكتاب one more ويعلمكم الكتاب والحكمة ويعلمكم ما لم تكونوا تعلمون فاذكروني أذكركم واشكروا لي ولا تكفرون صدق الله العظيم. May Allah accept our reading, inshallah. Today's dua, and then we studied dua, yeah, today. Last week we learned which dua? Allahumma sayyiban nafi'an. Allahumma sayyiban nafi'an. It is about raining time. When we see rain and then we make dua like this, may Allah benefit us with this rain. It means like this. Today's dua, inshallah. وَاخْفِضْ لَهُمَا. This is ayah. That's good. Thank you. It is about our parents. Always we make dua our parents. Okay. Whoever they are, it doesn't matter. Always we make dua for them. Because Ibrahim alayhi salam used to make dua for his father. And then this ayah tell us, and then we have our responsibility to make dua. They are good, they are bad. It doesn't matter. Just our duty is to make dua for them, inshallah. And then this is good ayah. وَاخْفِضْ لَهُمَا جَنَاحَ الذُّلِّ مِنَ الرَّحْمَةِ وَقُلْ رَبِّ ارْحَمْهُمَا كَمَا رَبَّيَانِي صَغِيرًا. It means, and lower to them the wing of humility out of mercy, and say, my Lord, have mercy upon them as they brought me up when I was small, when I was little, when I was small. Okay, sometimes we don't remember what we are when we were little. Always we forget. And then this ayah, at the same time, it reminds us who we are, who we were. Okay, when we was born, and then who look after us? Our parents. But we don't remember. Allah Ta'ala tell us, remind your when you were born. And then who look after you at that time. Sometimes people or young people, they criticize their parents. Okay, they are criticize their parents without mercy. Okay, they are like this. No, Allah Ta'ala reminds us, وَاخْفِضْ لَهُمَا جَنَاحَ الذُّلِّ مِنَ الرَّحْمَةِ وَقُلْ رَبِّ ارْحَمْهُمَا كَمَا رَبَّيَانِي صَغِيرًا. Okay, we recite, we try to memorize this ayah, and then we learned Allahumma a'inna ala dhikrika wa shukrika wa husni ibadatik. We learned this one, and then we learned which dua? Allahumma a'udhu bika min al-bukhli wa a'udhu bika min al-jubni wa a'udhu bika min an uradda ila ardhil al-umri wa a'udhu bika min fitnati ad-dunya wa 'adhabi al-qabr. And then last week we learned Allahumma sayyiban nafi'an. Today, inshallah, O Allah, waghfir lahuma janaha dhulli min ar-rahmati wa qul rabbi irhamhuma kama rabbayani saghira. We learn rabbi irhamhuma kama rabbayani saghira. The first part is regarding us, because Allah Ta'ala asks us to look after them very gentle when they are sincere. But the second part, Rabbi Rahmanhuma, we ask Allah, may Allah have mercy upon them. Okay. Rabbi Rahmanhuma kama Rabbayani صغيرا رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. Do you know the word Rabbi? In fact, it is like this: Rabbi, Rabbi, irhamhuma. But and then when it is like this, we join Rabbi irhamhuma, Rabbi irhamhuma. Okay, Rabbi irhamhuma كما ربياني صغيرا. Okay, can we say without looking? Try we say without looking. صغيرا رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. We say all of them. رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. What is another dua about our parents? ربي اجعلني. It is about us. ربي اجعلني مقيم الصلاة من ذريتي ربنا وتقبل دعاء لي ولوالدي. ولوالدي our parents. Oh Allah, forgive our parents. Okay, not our parents, and then it's carry on. ولوالدي وللمؤمنين ربنا اغفر لي. Forgive me, my parents, and all believers. Okay, this one is ربي ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا كما ربياني صغيرا. May Allah accept our service, inshallah. May Allah bless us with His good blessings. Thank you very much.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. قال الله تبارك وتعالى في الكلام المجيد والفرقان الحميد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. Today's hadith. عن أبي هريرة رضي الله تعالى عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من حسن إسلام مرء تزكه ما لا يعنيه. Narrated by Abu Hurairah radiallahu ta'ala anhu. He said that our Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, part of the perfection is his leaving alone that which does not concern him. There is a very, very important message for us here, that our time, our money, our effort is very valuable. You know, one of the surah it is very, very important and everybody knows it is Suratul Asr. وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. So the time is very precious. It should not be wasted in useless purposes. And we have to earn this. Every second and every minute and every hour of this time is very valuable for us, because we have been sent in this life. We think we are living for years and years, but when we die, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to ask us. And this is the last few ayat of Surah Al-Mu'minun. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Am hasibtum an, how long have you stayed in this world? And when the people is going to see what is going to come in future, they are going to say a day or half a day. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to say, even that is what you are saying is not enough. You stayed for very short compared to the life which is going to be endless life. There is no limitation of life now. So this time is very valuable for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Mulk, تبارك الذي بيده الملك وعلى كل شيء قدير الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا. You have been sent into this life for a test, how you are going to live your life. Every minute, every second, every hour, whatever you are doing. So this is very, very valuable for us. And we should not get into unnecessary things which are not concerned about us. First of all, you have to concentrate on our own life, and then concentrate on our family, our house, our friends, and ultimately our ummah. What we are going to do, how we are going to spend time for ourselves, our family, our house, and our locality, our community, and the rest of the Muslim ummah. This is very, very important for us to accept. In another hadith, and this is narrated in Bukhari and Muslim, we call it as-sahihain, because if a hadith comes in Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, we call it as-sahihain. In that hadith, Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Let him who believe in Allah and the last day." This is very important, because this is the key questions about our basis of our iman. Iman is what? Belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the top one. And then the rest comes about the prophets and the books and the angels and so on and so. And the last part is the day of judgment, and we are going to be resurrected again. So the two important things in these beliefs, or of a part of our iman, is the top one is the belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the bottom is that this world is going to end. The last day is going to come. So Rasulullah said, let him who believes in Allah and the last day either speak good or keep silent. So whenever you are opening your mouth, make sure that you are going to say something which is beneficial and good to you and to others. And if you are not going to think about telling something like that, then it's best to keep quiet. When you are quiet, then you are not going to be asked about what you have spoken, because you haven't spoken. But anything you speak, that is all recorded. What is our Nama Amal? Everything has been recorded. Nowadays the science says that whatever we speak, this is not destroyed, it is in this space. And the science has proved that what we are speaking now here can be picked up somewhere else. So our words are not completely destroyed, they are preserved. So whatever when you open your mouth, so be careful what you are speaking. And there are big chapters on the sins of the tongue. The sins of the tongue. Where are big chapters? Imam Ghazali in Ahya al-Ulum has given a big chapter on the sins of the tongue. And Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu used to hold his tongue sometimes, and Umar radiallahu anhu passed and he said, what's happening? He said that this is the piece of the tongue which is going to throw lots and lots of people into the hellfire. And Rasulullah said that there is, the meaning of it, that there is a piece of flesh, very soft flesh in your body, but if it is affected or hit, then the effect is worse than hitting by a metal rod. Because if you hit somebody with a metal rod, after a little while the wound heals up. But if the effect and the damage of the tongue can never be repaired. It's like if you make a hole on the wood or in the wall, afterwards you can seal it with paste or something, but still you cannot make it as it was before without any hole. So this is very, very important for us to remember. Another hadith when Rasulullah said that a person came to Rasulullah, he asked me, give me advice, console me. He was consulting Rasulullah. He said, don't be angry. And he kept quiet, and he asked second time, he said, can you give me advice? He said, don't be angry. And he asked third time, Rasulullah said, don't be angry. So because anger completely makes you susceptible. The shaitan says that when a person is angry, then it's like a puppet in my hand. I can turn him to wherever I can use, and I can ask him to do things which he doesn't do normally, and I ask him to use his tongue to whatever I want him to say. So when a person is angry, then he is completely under the control of shaitan. When Rasulullah said that, when you are angry, if you are walking, sit down. When you are sitting, lie down. And the best thing is when you are angry to drink water, because shaitan is from fire, and the water completely removes the fire when the water is used. So be careful. And the second thing is, like Rasulullah was like a physician. When you come to the physician, he diagnoses your illness and gives you treatment. And the commentary of this hadith is that this person used to have a habit of being very angry. For slightest thing, he used to lose his temper. To Rasulullah diagnosed his illness. For him, the best guidance was not to be angry. Then once he is controlling the anger, then he will be going to be good. Another hadith is, none of you truly believe until he wishes for him the same what he wishes for his brother. So whatever you want, select for your brother, then this realize that if you are in that position, are you going to select the same thing? So when you are giving an advice, if you are opening your mouth, if you are guiding your brother, think that if you are in that situation, would you have been advised to do the same thing like that? So this is, and the second thing to remember is, in all matters, faraiz, wajibat, mustahab, try to pick up the things which are the best for you at that time, and plan for the future what you are going to do, how you are going to use your time. Your time is very precious. Try and think about things which are forbidden. Try to avoid these things. Concentrate on things which are mustahab. If you have plenty of time, do the fard. If you still have got time at your disposal, do the sunnah. If you have still time at you, do nafil. Then, if you still have time, pick up the mustahabat. So, don't waste your time. Use the time to continue and utilize the time, so that when you are in the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day of judgment, that you are going to be successful on that day. So pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide us, to take the lesson from this hadith, what Rasulullah said, and either speak good or keep silent. It's very difficult for us to control when we are used to doing things or speaking sometimes useless things you do. You are wasting your time. This is a very, very, very valuable time. Inshallah, we are going to continue with our, how much time we have got now? 10-15 minutes? Half an hour?
Good 40 minutes.
40 minutes, inshallah. And Jazakallah, Imam Hasan has given us guidance how to recite these 5 ayat. And I'm going to just go through the translation. The first ayah we recited was سيقول السفهاء من الناس ما ولاهم عن قبلتهم التي كانوا عليها قل لله المشرق والمغرب يهدي من يشاء إلى صراط مستقيم. I want to give a bit of background of why these ayah came into existence, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent these ayah. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he was in Mecca, he used to pray facing the Kaaba in a direction which was towards Baitul Maqdis, because the Qibla before Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam came, the Ummah was praying towards Baitul Maqdis. When Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam came, he was in Mecca. So he was praying facing towards Kaaba, but in a way that the Kaaba is, if you make a line, that line is going through the Kaaba to Baitul Maqdis, facing towards north, because Baitul Maqdis is on the north. So he used to pray when he was in Mecca. But when he migrated to Medina, then Mecca was behind on the south, and Baitul Maqdis was on the north side. So as soon as he moved from the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he followed the Qibla of the previous Ummah, so he used to pray for 16 to 18 months. There is difference of opinion of the companions, whether it was 16 months or 18 months. He prayed facing towards Baitul Maqdis. But when he was praying a 4 rakat salah, some Sahaba say it was Zuhr, some says it was Asr. There is difference of opinion. We don't want to get into once there is a little of difference. He was praying the 4 rakat salah, and after praying the 2 rakat, the 3rd rakat, the ayah came to Rasulullah sallam to change the Qibla from Baitul Maqdis to Mecca. With this ayah came Rasulullah sallam praying in the front, the Sahaba in the back, and there were female also performing the salah right at the back. So to turn from the north to south, you can't just turn because all the Ummah is praying in the back. So Rasulullah started walking from the Sahaba, came back after the women were praying and faced towards the south. If this happened, all the Sahaba companions moved and the females went back to the back area with this new position, and then Rasulullah completed the 2 rakat facing the Makkah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that when Rasulullah moved to Medina, he was praying towards Baitul Maqdis, but in his heart he missed Makkah and he missed Kaaba, and all the time he was thinking that if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends me a wahi to move back and pray towards Kaaba, then I would like to do that. But this was in his heart, all the time thinking, all these 16 to 18 months. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, after this, He revealed the ayah to turn His face. But what happens is, once this is done, then the Sahaba, they have no doubt just to obey Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam whatever he says. But the Yahud, suddenly they realize that he has changed his direction from Baitul Maqdis to Kaaba. That means he has changed his views and opinions. And then they had something in their hand to start confusing the people who are following Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They said, how can he be a prophet who doesn't know which direction to pray? For so many months he was praying this side, and suddenly he decided to move and face to the Kaaba. One of the thoughts in Rasulullah's mind was that when he used to pray to Baitul Maqdis, the Bani Israel of that time, they used to be proud, saying that, look, you have got a prophet, but he is following our religion. We used to pray towards Baitul Maqdis. He came, you are telling him he's your prophet, but he's following us, what we used to do. And that thought was also with Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the heart, that I would like one time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to move our Qibla back to Kaaba, so that we are not just pleasing the Yahud or the Bani Israel saying that we are following you. Not this thought was going on. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fulfilled both the thoughts. One is to move the face towards Kaaba. The second one was to show it to Bani Israel that we are not following the Qibla you used to pray. But the Mufassirin say that this is a landmark for the Ummah of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because the Imamah, the leadership was given to Bani Israel. We have read in the previous lessons the ayah, Ya Bani Israel, faddaltukum ala al-alamin. We gave you the leadership, O Bani Israel. But now the time has come to change the leadership from the Bani Israel to the Ummah of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And to change that one, this was the landmark. All the time the Bani Israel was facing their direction towards Baitul Maqdis. Now, because Rasulullah is asked to face towards Kaaba, their leadership is completely gone, and the leadership is concentrated and given to Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Ummah of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that the foolish among people will say, what has made them turn away from their Qibla, which they were facing in their prayers formerly? Say, to Allah belongs both east and west. He guides whom He will to the right path. It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are praying to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is our intention. Because the first hadith, what we went through is innamal a'malu bin niyat, and everything we do depends on our niyyah, and the niyyah is to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that anything you do to please me, I am going to accept, but your intention is to please me or please anybody else with me, I do not want to share, because sharing is not Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's category. He wants everything to be purified and given to Him just to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not to please anybody else. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that east and west, nothing, they have been created by me, and I am the authority to guide you which direction to pray. If I say to pray on the east, okay, pray. If I say to pray towards west, you pray. If He decides to say pray toward north or south, we have to follow whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because He is the one who is our creator. He is the one we are going to pray towards Him. وَكَذَلِكَ جَعَلْنَاكُمْ أُمَّةً وَسَطًا لِتَكُونُوا شُهَدَاءَ عَلَى النَّاسِ وَيَكُونَ الرَّسُولُ عَلَيْكُمْ شَهِيدًا. Thus, and one point from the Ummah of Rasulullah was that they made confusion with the Ummah. They say that your Prophet is facing sometime here, sometime there, so who are going to follow? And one other thing they made into the mind of the Ummah to confuse them, said that, okay, there have been some people during these 16 to 18 months who prayed behind Rasulullah facing Baitul Maqdis, but they passed away. So what is going to happen to their prayers? Once the prayer is changed, the Qibla is changed, those people who prayed their Salah, what is going to happen? And this came to the Prophet ﷺ. Then they asked the question, what about those people who prayed that and they have passed away and they are no longer alive? We are alive now, or we are facing the Kaaba, so our Salah is going to be purified again. But what about the Salah of the people behind that? Before Rasulullah said that the period they performed the Salah, that time the Qibla was Baitul Maqdis, their Salat is accepted, no need to worry about that. But the people who were a little bit weaker in Iman, they had little doubts, is he the right and the correct prophet or not? But the people who had the strong Iman, they said, no need to worry, whatever he says we are going to accept. Whatever he says, it is our duty to accept Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's it.
Can I say something? All of these are very logical arguments, but they have an underlying theme to misguide, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Friendly misguided.
Friendly misguided, yeah. But they all tried. But when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guides that those people who were still in weaker Iman, afterwards when they proceeded, at that time they had this doubt in their mind. But the people with a strong mind, they had no doubt at all. When Rasulullah,
is it a weak or strong Iman, or is it actually the weak or strong knowledge?
You can say knowledge, but knowledge, if you start thinking about giving preference to the knowledge, then your Iman gets weaker. Because Iman is there, we completely forget. If he says, even daytime, he says, this is night. So we move our head from the sun and say, the Prophet said night, it is night. Our knowledge is completely gone. So our belief should be what Rasulullah says, not what we are visualizing. There are so many different things about Isa alayhi salam also and so, but I don't want to go into much details about this. And thus we have made you a nation justly balanced, so that you may testify against mankind and that your own messenger may testify against you. وَكَذَلِكَ جَعَلْنَاكُمْ أُمَّةً وَسَطًا لِتَكُونُوا شُهَدَاءَ عَلَى النَّاسِ وَيَكُونَ الرَّسُولُ عَلَيْكُمْ شَهِيدًا وَمَا جَعَلْنَا الْقِبْلَةَ الَّتِي كُنْتَ عَلَيْهَا إِلَّا لِنَعْلَمَ مَنْ يَتَّبِعُ الرَّسُولَ مِمَّنْ يَنْقَلِبُ عَلَى عَقِبَيْهِ وَإِنْ كَانَتْ لَكَبِيرَةً إِلَّا عَلَى الَّذِينَ هَدَى اللَّهُ وَمَا كَانَ اللَّهُ لِيُضِيعَ إِيمَانَكُمْ إِنَّ اللَّهَ بِالنَّاسِ لَرَءُوفٌ رَحِيمٌ. And thus we made you the nation justly balanced. Ummatam wasata, that is the ummah which is justly balanced, which is just, which is balanced, which is middle. You know, when we're traveling in a 3-lane drive, and at the end the traffic lights comes, one is going straight, one is going to turn right, one is going to turn left. But the Sirat al-Mustaqim is straight. Okay, so we are in the middle, going straight. But there will be group who are going to turn on the right, who are going to be turned on the left, and they might be misguided. So ours is straight path, going towards this path. What is the most important surah without which our salah is not accepted? Surah Al-Fatiha. At the end of the Surah Al-Fatiha we say, Anamta alayhim ghayril maktubi alayhim waladhdallin. So the straight path is the one where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has bestowed His ni'mah, and He in Surah An-Nisa He says the categories that the Rasul are the one, and the Shuhada and the one, and the Salihin, and these are the ones who have been bestowed the ni'mah on them. So our path is the one on whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given, not to take the path of who have lost their belief or who earn the wrath of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is the important message for us. And also there is a hidden message here. Try to avoid ghulu in deen. Try to avoid going into extremes. Have a straight path and which is balanced. Rasulullah said that if a thing is to be performed, and if there is a choice to go through hardship or to perform it easily, I will choose to perform it with ease. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not want us to go through difficulties. The salah is performed for us, it was given 50 to perform. And we know if there was 50 salah to be performed every day, it would have been difficult for us. So gradually what happened? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made a provision with Rasulullah coming and asking for reduction. From 50 it was reduced because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that He wants to have easiness for the ummah. So that's why the salat is made 50. Fasting is not, if it was made every alternate months to fast, fard, it would have been difficult. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala selected only 1 month out of 12 months to fast compulsory. The rest of the fast, the sunnah fast are there, 13, 14, 15 of every month, lunar, Mondays and Thursdays. If you want to fast, you fast, but it's not obligatory. It's given simple. And zakah is going to be paid once a year. If you have property, amount and holdings and everything with you for 1 year, you have holding it, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says 2.5% of that to pay only once a year. If it was made for us every month, 2.5% to be paid. 30 days gone and you have to calculate but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made things easy for us. And zakat and hajj is only made for on the people who have got the provision. They have good health and they have got money to travel and perform, then only hajj is for. And the people who haven't got enough money then there is no zakat for them. And this is, I always think, there is one pillar, one basic of the 5 things which are of our Islam, and one of the things which our Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam never did. 5 basics, 5 principles of Islam, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam never did one thing, and that was zakah. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam never paid zakah. How could he sleep with any coin under his pillow? In the middle of the night, he woke up and told Aisha, I couldn't sleep. And he searched, and there was 1 dinar. He went out and spent and come back and said, now I can sleep. Even one day he cannot have 1 dinar in his hand. If it was, how can he have this for 12 months? So Rasulullah never paid any zakat in his life. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made everything easy for us. Ummatun wasatan, easy for us, and we are the middle, and we don't go through hardship to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, you don't have to do hardship to please me. You just follow. I made deen. Ad-deenu yusrun, that is a hadith of Rasulullah. Deen has been made easy for you to follow. So follow the deen, follow the instruction. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, la yukallifullahu nafsan illa usaha. Amra Rasul, we recite. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is not going to give you something which is more than what you can do. Ittaqullaha mastata'tum. To follow the taqwa as per your ability. You do not have to go out of your bounds and stretch to perform the things. And thus I'll just go through one more time. And thus we have made you a nation justly balanced, so that you may testify against mankind, and that your own messenger may testify against you. We appointed the Qibla which you were formerly facing only in order that we might know those who followed the messengers from those who disown him. It was indeed a hard test, but not to those whom Allah guided. He was not to make your faith fruitless. He is compassionate and merciful to the mankind. That was the explanation I gave you about Bani Israel and the Mushrikeen and Munafiqeen, what they decided, and they didn't want to obey Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the next ayah is, قَدْ نَرَى تَقَلُّبَ وَجْهِكَ فِي السَّمَاءِ فَلَنُوَلِّيَنَّكَ قِبْلَةً ترضاها فولي وجهك شطر المسجد الحرام وحيث ما كنتم فولوا وجوهكم شطره إن الذين أوتوا الكتاب لا يعلمون أنه الحق من ربهم وما الله بغافل عما يعملون. We have seen you looking repeatedly towards heaven. We will make you turn towards a qibla that will please you. So turn your face towards the sacred mosque. Wherever you are, turn your face to it. Those to whom the book was given know well that this is the truth from their Lord. Allah is not unaware of what they do. Thus the explanation I gave, that this was in the heart of Rasulullah one day to move and pray towards Kaaba, and Allah says that you were looking towards me for this order to come, so today I have given you this order. And this is the ayah which was revealed for the Saykhul Sufaha which we read earlier on. This is not the ayah, but the ayah which came when he performed the 2 ruku is this. Then move yourself. So that ayah came, and suddenly Rasulullah moved and traveled all the way and started facing the Kaaba. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that those people who believe in you, they will follow you straight away. But those who do not want to accept your leadership, they will not listen to you or obey you. وَلَئِنْ آتَيْتَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ بِكُلِّ آيَةٍ مَا تَبِعُوا قِبْلَتَكَ وَمَا أَنْتَ بِتَابِعٍ قِبْلَتَهُمْ وما بعضهم بتابع قبلة بعض ولئن اتبعت أهواءهم من بعد ما جاءك من العلم إنك إذا لمن الظالمين. Even if you gave those to whom the book has been given every proof, they would not accept your qibla, nor would you accept theirs, nor would any of them accept the qibla of others. If after all the knowledge you have been given, you follow their desire, then you are clearly in the wrong. What happened is we read one surah called Surah Kafirun. And the background of revelation of Surah Al-Kafirun was that Rasul said that he is going to obey only one Allah, and the idol worshippers, they said we want to worship idol. Then a time came when there was a lot of difficulties going through, and they came to ask Rasulullah, look, can we all be united? Can we all be united? He said what? They said that no, you are said worship only one God, and we are asking to worship idols. Okay, so can we come to one and something in middle line? What we'll do is 1 month we pray to your God and not any idols completely. 1 month we are going to pray to him, but the next month you and your companion pray towards the idols. So this will be a balance. So to accept us to pray to your God, give us a choice. Do you pray 1 month to our idols, and the next month we all are going to pray towards your God, not to idols. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ لَا أَعْبُدُ مَا تَعْبُدُونَ وَلَا أَنْتُمْ عَابِدُونَ مَا أَعْبُدُ وَلَا أَنَا عَابِدٌ مَا أَعْبُدُ وَلَا أَنْتُمْ عَابِدُونَ مَا أَعْبُدُ لَكُمْ دِينُكُمْ وَلِيَ دِينِ. So your deen is with you, my deen is with me. I'm not going to worship your God, and you're not going to worship what I'm telling you to do. So same thing. Here, Bani Israel came and asked Rasulullah, you have been praying for 16-18 months, now you turn your qibla to this one. Okay, we are going to obey you. But for a month, go back and pray towards Baitul Maqdis. And after 1 month, we will turn and pray towards Kaaba with you. So our Rasulullah could be that a minute a thought might have come when they are going to accept. Why not just say, because I have been praying for 16-18 months towards Baitul Maqdis, if they are going to follow me for next month praying towards Kaaba, let me just to please them go. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, no. If you are going to think about pleasing them, then you are going to be in the wrong path. When I have given you complete guidance, وَلَئِنْ أَتَيْنَا الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ بِكُلِّ آيَةٍ مَا تَبِعُوا قِبْلَتَكَ وَمَا أَنْتَ بِتَابِعٍ قِبْلَتَهُمْ وَمَا بَعْضُهُمْ بِتَابِعٍ قِبْلَةَ بَعْضٍ وَلَئِنِ اتَّبَعْتَ أَهْوَاءَهُمْ مِنْ بَعْدِ مَا جَاءَكَ مِنَ الْعِلْمِ إِنَّكَ إِذًا لَمِنَ الظَّالِمِينَ. So if you are going to think about pleasing somebody, ignoring the guidance I have given, then you are going to be on the wrong. الذين آتيناهم الكتاب يعرفونه كما يعرفون أبناءهم وإن فريقا منهم ليكتمون الحق وهو يعلمون. Those to whom we gave the book know this as they know their own sons, but some of them knowingly hide the truth. They know the Qibla was Kaaba because Ibrahim alayhi salam made it, constructed it, and in their books everything was written that the Qibla is the Kaaba made by Ibrahim alayhi salam. But when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked Sulaiman alayhi salam to build Masjid al-Aqsa, then he sent orders to turn towards Baitul Maqdis. But the Bani Israel knew the original Qibla was Kaaba. But they knew that a order might come anytime to turn back to the original Qibla. They had these details in their mind. And as for Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam also, they know Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam as if they know their own children. This is very important, because if you look in the details of Salman Farsi Radhiyallahu Ta'ala anhu, when he was in all the time to go towards the right gardens. He went to the Jews and they said, this is our religion, this is the correct religion. But he went to the Christians and they said, yes, Jews were given the guidance, but after Isa Islam came, we are on the right path, and the book given to us as Injil. The Bible is the kind. So he was following the true religion of that time, which was Christianity. But when he went to the scholar, the last scholar said that my time has come, I might die very soon, but if you want to continue your religion, our books say that the last prophet is going to come in Medina. Try to go there, and by chance, if you are live at that time, then you are going to receive guidance from him. And they gave him the signs of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So he moved away to come and settle down, and he was captured and sold as a slave to a Jewish family. And he used to work in their farm, and then he was going to collect the dates and so on and so forth. And one time when he was on the top collecting the date, the two very important Jews came along. One was his master and one was his neighbor, and they came along and they were talking, and he was on the top of the tree collecting the dates, and they were talking. You know what happened? He said, what happened? Very important news. What happened? He said that, you know, the last prophet, our book says, he has arrived in Medina. He said, are you sure? Yes. He said, I heard. He migrated from Mecca, and he has come, and he is declaring himself as a prophet. And according to our book, he is the correct prophet. And we have seen him, all the details given in our book completely fit him. His height, his color of hair, his color of eyes, the way he talked, the way he walked, all descriptions given in our book 100% fits. Then what should we do? He said, of course we are not going to accept. He is not from Bani Israel, he is from Bani Ismail. We are not going to accept. Even if he is 100% correct, we are not going to accept. And Salman Farsi came down and said, what are you talking about? About the last prophet came and so on. He said, go away. It's none of your business. Then the details I want to say is that they knew Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam as if they know their child. A father always knows the child. Even if the child is in a crowd, he will immediately see and he's in the crowd. He will going to follow them. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that they know you as they know their son, and they know about the Qibla as they know the child, but they are not going to follow you or accept you. الحق من ربك فلا تكونن من الممترين. The truth is from your Lord, therefore never doubt it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that don't go into what the other people are going to try to say you. You just stick to the right guidance given to you. وَلِكُلِّ وِجْهَةٌ هُوَ مَوَلِّهَا فَاسْتَبِقُوا الْخَيْرَاتِ أَيْنَمَا تَكُونُوا يَأْتِ بِكُمُ اللَّهُ جَمِيعًا إِنَّ اللَّهَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. Each one has a goal towards which he turns in their prayers. So emulate one another in good works, and whenever you be, Allah will bring you all together. He has power over all things. وَمِنْ حَيْثُ خَرَجْتَ فَوَلِّ وَجْهَكَ شَطْرَ الْمَسْجِدِ الْحَرَامِ وَإِنَّهُ لَلْحَقُّ مِنْ رَبِّكَ وَمَا اللَّهُ بِغَافِلٍ عَمَّا تَعْمَلُونَ. Whichever you come forth for praise, face towards the sacred mosque. This is truly the truth from your Lord. Allah is never unaware of what you do. وَمَنْ حَيْثُ قَرَجْتَ فَوَلِّ وَجْهَكَ شَطْرَ الْمَسْجِدِ الْحَرَامِ وَحَيْثُ مَا كُنْتُمْ فَوَلُّوا وُجُوهَكُمْ شَطْرَهُ لِئَلَّا يَكُونَ لِلنَّاسِ عَلَيْكُمْ حُجَّةٌ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا مِنْهُمْ فَلَا تَخْشَوْهُمْ وَاخْشَوْنِي وَلِأُتِمَّ نِعْمَتِي عَلَيْكُمْ وَلَعَلَّكُمْ تَهْتَدُونَ. Whichever you come forth for prayers, face towards the sacred mosque, and wherever you are, face towards it, so that men will have no argument against you except the evildoers amongst them. Have no fear of them, fear me, and that I may complete my favor to you, and that you may be rightly guided. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, don't worry and don't fear to them. Follow my orders. Do not try to think, oh, they are giving these confusing advices, so what shall we do? No, don't fear them, fear me. So this is a hidden message for us. When the things comes where an order from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comes and something is going to be causing some trouble to us, don't fear about any worldly troubles. Follow Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That means we are fearing Allah, not the calamities or fear we are going to come across if we do something to please other people or for worldly pleasure. كما أرسلنا فيكم رسولا منكم يتلو عليكم آياتنا ويزكيكم ويعلمكم الكتاب والحكمة ويعلمكم ما لم تكونوا تعلمون. Indeed, we have sent forth to you a messenger of your own people who reads to you our revelation and purifies your sin, who teaches you the book and wisdom and teaches you that of which you have no knowledge. We have read similar ayah before, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that we have, this ayah is ayah number 129, page number 30 if you go back, because we have gone through that lesson earlier on. 129, page number 30. Where Ibrahim alayhi salam and Ismail alayhi salam made a dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Rabbana wa ba'ath fihim rasulam minhum yatlu alayhim ayatika wa yuallimuhumul kitaba wal hikmata wa yuzakkihim innaka antal azizul hakim. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala send us our generation a prophet who is going to come, who is going to do the tilawa, recitation, and he is going to give the knowledge, ilm, and wisdom, hikmah, and yuzakkihim, and purifying them. Something similar is said here, that indeed we have sent forth to you a messenger of your own people who reads to you our revelation, and this guidance which was given earlier on. There is a slightly change, that recitation, knowledge, and then wisdom and purification, but the sequence is changed here. Yatlu alaykum ayatina, then purification comes next, yuzakkihim, because the purification is here, because once you recite the ayah, don't be afraid about thinking about the qibla. The moment you receive the revelation, straight away go thinking that the purification is there. And then wisdom is come, and then knowledge, immediate knowledge, and then again he is going to give you some extra knowledge, which is the book of the hadith explanation. فَذْكُرُونِي أَذْكُرْكُمْ وَاشْكُرُوا لِي وَلَا تَكْفُرُونَ. This is the last ayah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, remember me, then I will remember you. Give thanks to me and never deny the faith. The time of Maghrib Salah is coming quickly, so I will finish this one. This is very, very important point I want to mention here. Hasan Basri, rahmatullah alayh, which is very, very top person from the Tabai. He wasn't the Sahabi, but out of the Tabai, he had a very high position. Hasan Basri, he used to, as I mentioned one time, that he used to take a class and lots of people used to be there. Then remember I told you this, one time a person came and asked, oh, but there is no rain for a long time, our fields are dry, could you please tell us to guide me to make a dua? He said, go and do istighfar. And then he was teaching the student. Another person came and he said, I've got problems with running of my business, could you please teach me a dua so that my business could prosper? He said, go and do istighfar. Then the class was going on and going on. Before the class was ending, another third person came. He said, I have been married for a long time. I haven't got any children. Please can you teach me a dua so that I have a child? And he said, go and do istighfar. The lessons finished, and one of the students came to him and said that, MashaAllah, you are such a big scholar, you have so much knowledge, you know all the du'as, which dua to do for what. But we are surprised that 3 different people came asking for 3 different things. But for everybody you said, do istighfar, do istighfar. We don't understand. He said, have you recited Surah An-Nur? Go and recite. And he says in Surah An-Nur, Fastaghfir. For 3 things, for the rain, for prosperity, for your awlad. Astaghfar for 3 things. So he said, Allah says, do astaghfar, all these 3 things. So we began. So this is Hasan Basri. And one time he was doing the class, and at the end of the class, he said, I know when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is remembering me. Suddenly the class says, is he thinking so high about him? He knows when Allah is talking about him. And they came and said, you are such a good scholar, but this sin doesn't like. We don't feel good about what you have said just now. You are thinking so much high about yourself, and you say, I know when Allah is remembering me. He said, don't you read this ayah? فَذْكُرُونِي أَذْكُرْكُمْ وَاشْكُرُوا وَلَا تَكْفُرُونَ. Allah said that when you remember me, I will remember you. So when I do the zikr of Allah, I remember, suddenly I know that Allah is remembering me because He told me that when you remember me, I remember you. This is one of the promises of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'm just going to, how much time we have got? 1-2 minutes left?
5 minutes.
5 minutes? Page number 408. Because what I saw it was one of the promises of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that فَذْكُرُونِي أَذْكُرْكُمْ. You remember me and I am going to remember you. This is the promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ayah number page number 408. The first ayah on the top, I'll just read from the middle. لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ وَلَإِن كَفَرْتُمْ إِنَّ عَذَابِي لَشَدِيدٌ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala this is a promise from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you are grateful and if you give thanks, I will give you more. So if you are grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is going to reward us. This is a promise from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, third promise. There are many promises, but I'm going to say the first, فَاذْكُرُونِي أَذْكُرْكُمْ لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ, and another page 755. The last ayah number 60. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. وَقَالَ رَبُّكُمْ أُدْعُونِي أَسْتَجِبْ لَكُمْ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, call on me, make dua to me, ask me, and I will answer you. I will fulfill your dua. This is a promise from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There are so many promises, but of shortage of time, I mentioned 3 promises from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You ask me, and I will fulfill your dua. And if you ask somebody one time, he will give you. Second time, he will give you. Third time, he says he has made a habit of asking all the time. Fourth time, fifth time, he said, I don't want to see his face again. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He would love you to ask Him again and again and again and again, so much so, He says that if you feel proud not to ask me, I am going to throw you in the hellfire. This is the ayah. This is the ayah. وَقَالَ رَبُّكُمْ عُدُونِي أَسْتَجِبْ لَكُمْ إِنَّ الَّذِينَ يَسْتَكْبِرُونَ عَنْ عِبَادَتِي سَيَدْخُلُونَ جَهَنَّمَ دَاخِرِينَ. Those who feel proud not to ask me, I am going to throw them into the hellfire. To pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide us to whatever we have done. Next week is ayah number 152 to 163.
153 to
153
to
163. 10 ayah, inshallah.
Just one last minute, because apparently the moon sighting is done and tomorrow is first of Dhul-Hijjah. So is there any particular dua that you focus on?
Dua for Dhul-Hijjah. There are three groups of people, as we said about the Ramadan time. This the fasting is of the mouth and the stomach, and the second group is the fasting is of the eye, the ear, and the hands and the tongue. The third group is out of all, the fasting is of our mind and heart. Even we don't let any thoughts coming into when we are fasting. So for the Dhul-Hijjah also three groups. One is the group who is going to fast from 1st to the 9th. Second group is the one who is going to fast on Monday and Thursday and 9th. And the third group is just fasting on the 9th. That is where the fasting on the 9th is clear the sins last year and the future year, 2 years sins gone. Dua for the Dhul-Hijjah. Then make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, anybody who has not performed the Hajj, make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, give us our ability to perform the Hajj. And from time to time, let us go and visit the holy mosque and visit the grave of Prophet Rasul and give us the guidance. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.